Taurus. Taurus, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is an energy reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. It's a timeless message, so it comes to you during the week when you're open and receptive to hearing it and when it can be useful to you. There is a new message every single week, so please subscribe to the channel so you can ring that notification bell and get notified when new messages come out. If you're looking for personal message, I do those as well. Please check out my website. You can book and schedule there at www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. I highly recommend that if you already know you're a fan of the extended readings that I do here, which are near personal and get into specifics like romance and money, career and relationships, check out the membership BWOB. It's a channel membership here. You can find it on the main page of the channel. And by becoming a channel member of the BWOB membership, you can get unlimited access to those extended readings, plus a lot more exclusive content I don't post anywhere else on social media, and a lot of other perks, which include discounts on merchandise and services, including my personal services. So check out that and help the channel grow. Taurus. Okay. Wow. There's a lot of things that are about to shift for you right now, like in this week, because the way the cards fell out is part of the way I read them. And so they all fell out together, but look at the progression of this. Watch your words first, and then we have right on top of it, sing your own song. And then right after it, we have, sorry, I didn't have that on, freedom is yours. So all of those clumped together means that there's a major shift and opening that's happening to you this week. It's all happening all at once. It's not like starting way out here. It started in the past and now things you're starting to see that, no, it's like it's happening. There's a major shift here. So watch your words is all about either being, having to choose your words wisely, or being censored in a way, or knowing that people are listening to what you're saying very closely and that you have to use a particular language to be understood. This can also sometimes suggest that your words are very powerful, so watch what you're saying because they will manifest. And then we have sing your own song. So there is not this sense of restriction or like scripted template or watch what you're saying. There's more, this is who I am. This is my truth. This is my authenticity. Let me be really who I am. And then we have freedom is yours. So there's simply put, you're going to be able to speak freely. Now, watch your words is still a part of this process. So when I say speak freely, it's not just slanderous craziness. It's being conscious of your authenticity and speaking, Taurus, from a place of authenticity, which is really going to be the way that you watch your words, because you're speaking from a place of authenticity, and people will be able to feel that, and they will be highly reactive to it, will get a lot of positivity, and will open doors. Freedom is yours, this sense of taking back your personal authority and being able to roam free through the gates of whatever it is you're doing is finally, you don't have to be restricted or watch your words so much. So there is this beautiful opening this week that you will experience. Now, maybe you've been setting this up for a while. Maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about and you've been working on this for a while. But this is the week you're really going to feel, oh my God, I can actually be present, be myself, and speak from a place of authenticity. instead of being so restricted or censored or watched, right? It could even be sticking up for yourself. For the first time ever, this could be, for the first time ever in this current situation, you basically speaking freely and saying what you want to say instead of playing along. Many times Tauruses will speak to tradition. They will hold down the tradition. This really seems like getting away from that. This is very Aquarian energy for me, this card. So there is a bit of rebelliousness, and I would expect that it's primarily impacting those of you who are conjunct to Uranus right now. That would be birthdays. Uranus is at 19 degrees Taurus right now, so that would be birthdays, say from maybe like the 9th of May through about the 13th of May, especially those of you born around that time, having this huge trajectory of, I'm taking this rebellious path, this independent path, this unique path of, I'm not going to do things other people's way anymore. I know that I have to do it my way simply because I'm being connected with this divine energy of truth, and I have to speak to the truth. So it will basically impact all Taurus. Like I said, this is a general reading. I do an astrology breakdown. If you want to see that, check out my Astrology Motivation Taurus weekly predictions. You can go subscribe over there too, because it breaks the astrology down specifically. Since this is a timeless reading, you guys could be seeing this 2 years after the fact, but I want you to look back on this period, say between October 2023 through March 2024, of what was happening in your life, and really say, what was I speaking into existence, and how did I speak to freedom and liberating myself from the shell of, being a puppet, being somebody's puppet. Think about this, or being a parrot. Parrots basically just talk or speak to, they repeat what they've heard. Well, it's like, I don't want to be a parrot anymore. I want to speak my authenticity. I want to speak my truth. I want to show the world who I really am. And it's all about singing. This is all about voice. This is all about speaking. Right now, Taurus, interestingly enough, rules the neck. Right? If you look at the body, Taurus rules. Aries rules the head, Taurus supports it, but it rules the neck, and we deal a lot in here with the throat chakra. So especially if you've been getting a lot of congestion lately, or you've been getting a lot of throat infections, or you've been getting a lot of allergy reactions, it's spiritual. I mean, certainly go to your doctor, absolutely take your Benadryl, whatever you need to do, but it's also a reaction spiritually to feeling choked, feeling confined, feeling restricted. And since Taurus rules the throat, this is also a significant message for the world at large, in that the throat is liberating itself from the restrictions that have been put around it. The throat is about to speak from its truth and its own wisdom and knowledge, instead of parroting or copying what other people have said to it or given it the script. This is you throwing away the script and deciding to write your own. Freedom is yours. And that's really when freedom happens, is when you find the courage to be what you are and who you are out loud. It's not about being demonstrative. It is about being personally free, so that other people don't have a choice. There just has to be, they have to respect your liberated form. So this is really a leveling up where you will now start to feel a sense of self-domination. Not maybe dominating others, but a sense of being in control and personal authority, and not being so confined to conformity. So this is really, really, really big energy. And in your personal life, that can come out or demonstrate itself as something as simply as you finally let your spouse have it. Not necessarily yelling or cursing, though that could be involved. But if you've held back a lot and you've restricted your speech, and you felt like you haven't been heard, or you haven't been actually sincerely yourself, that's not going to happen anymore. This is when you start to present to the world as authentically who you are. And if they don't like it, fuck it. But if what you'll see is the people who they don't like it, fuck it. You'll start to shift now. The people in your world will start to shift. because as you become more authentic, the people in your life are going to drop off that didn't know you, that didn't authentically like you because maybe they didn't know you. Maybe you were fitting in. But now it's like, I'm not fitting in. I'm going to attract to me the people who are actually compatible with me because I'm speaking from my place of truth now. And you'll start to see major shifts in your life. And this will start to happen now. This is the week, though, where you really come into your own sense of personal power. We have a confirmation from tarot that you are at a crossroads, something that you've been looking at for a while. And this has to do with work that you've been doing, especially when it comes to people not appreciating work or feeling like you're surrounded by people who you can't even have respect for. You don't have a lot of respect for. Feeling like you've had to conform to fit into your particular industry, client demands, corporate demand, whatever it is, political demands, I don't know. Whatever it is, this sense of you have been sort of longingly thinking of cutting out of this crap for a while because it really doesn't hold true to your personal morals or ethics. You're really not being seen or appreciated the way you should be anyway. And ultimately what this is confirming, not necessarily, maybe money hasn't been good, but also a sense of you don't like the people that you're working with, or you don't really feel like you are being respected by them. And it could be that you've been invited into the boss's office, right? But the more you get to know them, the more you start to see the cracks in their authenticity. And the closer you get to the beast's mouth, the more you start to see or smell the stink of its breath. And this is the time when I think you start to really have had some conflicts with, I can move forward for me and lose myself in the process, or I can be authentic now and just break this shit in half. It's very rebellious energy. We have a lot of conflicts going on here. We have realizing the difficulties and conflicts that are right now on you, and feels like you're right in the middle of a kerfuffle or a fight or a lot of complications. 5 of Wands is there's a lot of haterade right there. There's a lot of naysayers. There's a lot of dissonance. I don't know if it's personally aimed at you or this is something that you're dealing with, but certainly you're in a place, I'm assuming through work, or at least a primary place in your life where you're putting yourself right into this position because you want to bring some authenticity or change to the situation, or spirit is directly telling you you're the one that can bring change to this situation. Now let's grab a moon card, and then we're going to get into why it's you spirit is calling on to make these changes. I have a feeling I know. I will share that with you. 50 some cards in this deck. The one card that comes out, show the world the real you. Once again, God is calling for you to be authentic at this time, to not parrot or go along with the people who are patting you on the back. I have this image in my head of somebody patting you on the back, the boss, the master, the man, patting you on your back. You are now, because Taurus is always the accepted standard and maintains the accepted standards. But sometimes you have to step back and say, what standards am I actually upholding? And are they my standards? And there's conflict here because, like, the closer you come to the source, the closer you realize this isn't my standards. And I've actually been put in this room to, not literally, this is not a call for violence, but I've actually been put in this room to blow it up and reconstruct it. I haven't been put into this room to go along with what they're telling me. I've been put in this room to demolition and reconstruct it because something here isn't morally sound, it isn't ethically sound, and now it's time for me to show what I am really capable of and who I really am, and not be anybody's parrot or use anybody else's words. But there's a lot of good messages in here because you're going to get into the room where it's happening. You're going to be invited in, and you're being invited in to be authentic. We have, once again, this Aquarian energy of authenticity, uniqueness, and, if necessary, rebellion, to be liberated from the necessities and requirements. It doesn't look like it could be that you're quitting and you're leaving, and that's a statement in and of itself to be more sincere and true to who you are authentically, it's also a sense of then driving your family, your community, people, like sort of being the head or the example of which turn we have to take. Freedom is yours. Okay, because it clearly is you were in a situation surrounded by people who didn't really appreciate you, didn't really know you, didn't really see what you were worthy of or your complete value, really maybe didn't feel like you were being seen for everything that you are. This push forward or this change is really positioning you to do so. So let's get into more specifics. How is that coming about? How is this change happening? Something that set this up a little bit in the past. Something that was lost or denied, a new beginning or a new start. Could have been a heartbreak or a feeling of being like missed opportunity or a chance that you didn't get. It could have been a personal loss from something that was young and innocent and sweet. Could also just be like impulsivity or inauthenticity. And then we have on the other side Chariot. So this is an energy of Cancerian energy. This is almost like maturity, going from like immaturity and childishness that is very malleable and goes with whatever, but basically agrees with whatever it needs to agree with to survive. Now it's like maturation, taking personal authority. We have on the other side a very opposite energy of destiny, of purpose, of major arcana. So it's almost like finding your purpose and being sure and driving forward. At one point maybe not being secure or not even feeling supported, feeling maybe even the black sheep in some way when you were in these rooms or even in your family, and realizing I was a black sheep for a freaking reason. Yeah, I don't fit in. It's because I'm not supposed to fit in. It's because I need to now reconstruct where I am and start defining my own life. The Chariot here, not too far into the future, is definitely progress or pushing forward. This could also have something to do with your family and getting it on board. Okay, we need a little bit more information, please. Aha. The Wheel of Fortune. So things have definitely changed. I don't think you're the underdog anymore. This is definitely putting you in the position of power. This is the full circle. Karma, a karmic cycle has been completed. This could also be in some ways maternal energy coming through. I don't know why, but it's really like you're starting to move. You have a Wheel of Fortune and a Chariot here. I told you this is sort of global and a little bit bigger than you, but you're feeling the momentum in your personal life as well. But it's really kind of setting the example, and you're in a position right now to set the example, but not feel the weight of the obligation of the eyes on you, but knowing that plain and simple, this egg is cracked open and the eyes should be on you, and to set this example in a lot of eyes on you in terms of what decision you make next and the degree of integrity with which you make that decision. This is how important it is. The degree of integrity with which you make that decision is going to not just impact your life, but impact other people's lives as well. So it is a very careful next step. And the carefulness comes from simply connecting to your authenticity, to who you really are and what you really feel, and not giving a shit about the people that invited you in the room, but about the you that is now occupying it. Let's go to the extended.